All right, so there's been some debate, of course. You know, this has been going on for about 2 years now. We are now in season 3 of Street Fighter 6, and the main debate kind of talking about lately, of course, has been versus 2 versus versus 3, especially when it comes to World Warrior format or big tournaments on the line. And I kind of want to share my thoughts on it because it is a touchy subject depending on how you go about it. Because if you say the wrong thing to someone, get ready to be Twitter clipped, farmed, I don't know, get twit longered. My experience with Booty Butt Cheek Bandit 69, it's about to happen. But I want to talk about kind of the main tweet that happened, or this past, literally like today at 6:04 a.m. my time. Crimson, Mr. Crimson, you guys know, we'll announce him, one of the best sims ever. He said, having World Warrior first to 2 until top 8 makes no sense considering the entrant variance between regions. First to 3 gives fair results and strategic death, counterpick team plans, adaptation, etc. If Capcom wants equality, it should be first to 3 all the way, regardless of how many high stake matches you get until your region's top 8. Now, in this context, he's talking about World Warrior, I believe. So it's kind of like, you know, you see your World Warrior. I mean, for example, East Coast World Warrior happened, and it has Knuckle Dude, Idom, Punk, Space Boy, Boost, Blue, all them, and all of it was first to 2 until top 8. And to try and find some evidence about this, funny enough, I kid you not, while I was watching this, there was potentially a good amount of upsets that people could have expected, but also some of them you're like, oh, that happened, and you're like, yeah, you didn't know? I was like, no. So I kind of want to show you guys one specific scenario where it could have turned out way different. So in the East Coast World Warrior, Nogadu had to face the designer. The designer is a monarchy player who's got, you know, multiple wins against many people on their belt. And this is Nogadu's first round, and that was a stressful 2-1. It was not exactly easy for Dude to get that. My man went from DJ, had to switch off DJ, play Gao, and at times my man could have lost easily from a bad flash kick to maybe a bad anti-air to a bad parry. He could have lost easily, but he clutched it out, and it was 2-1. Now, my whole thing is that you can make first to 3 happen, but you gotta have some leniency. And what I proposed on my tweet, and I believe it's probably in a few quote tweets somewhere, I said on my stream that based on the amount of entrants should consider post pools what could be first to 3. For example, 100 plus entrants could be top 24 first to 3. 250 plus people equals top 48. 500 plus equals top 128. If there's 64 people and below, then maybe top 16 only. I thought to myself, maybe you could have it like this, because not only does it help determine which regions have the most competition, but also gives a little bit of fairness to TOs and production, because you can try to make the whole tournament first to 3, but for example, if you try to make, like, let's just say a random tournament that you know, I've been to, Evo. If you try to make all of Evo first to 3 and there's a pool every hour, I guarantee you'll run into problems, and especially round 1. And that's because some people in round 1 may not know how stuff goes in the tournament. This may be their first tournament and they're trying to understand the ropes. And you also need to bypass time as quickly as possible, so that way you're not overlapping time for TOs. Because if many people don't know, TOs have to pay for a venue, you know, and based on time, it's like, oh, you use my venue from this time to this time, you owe the company X amount of dollars, right? And if you go over set time, then you got to pay extra, because, you know, you're there longer, you're there to break down longer, you're there to just chill there longer. It's a number of things, and it plays into a lot of factors of I know people want to make it first to 3, but pools, I'll be honest, they gotta be first to 2. if it's a pool match and it says, yo, it's round 1 pools, make it first to 2. You kind of got to. Time's got to move past. That time's got to go forward. You can't just do that. Now, there's also other factors of waiting for a match. Don't know if you're going to be on stream, PS5s or PCs. What is it? TOs may not be there. You know, there's a number of factors that go into a tournament. But I think what I'm proposing about make it first to 3 based on entrance is fair, because you're showing that you care about the high level people, because they kind of want this. Myself, I don't mind it either. And what is it? I think that this will just help in the long run, because you could potentially have a stream match happen and it's like, all right, we'll have these 2 matches happen. As that's happening, you'll run like 2 others, and since they're all first to 3, they may all finish well within anywhere from 7 to probably 12 minutes. And what is it? The stream match behind the current stream match will only wait around that time, which is not to someone to go to the bathroom, do all that stuff. First to 2, it can go real fast. And one example of it going real fast was actually Evo. Evo, around round 3, round 4 time, it was going super fast. It was actually going fast because, bro, they had matches on stream and keep decking on stream, and they were just going like that. They literally had matches like that. I kid you not. They had matches where we're going too fast, and it was like, we're not sure what to do, because they're trying to put matches on stream, but it's like, bro, all the matches on stream, sure, but we're just running fast. The only time I waited long personally for me was during round 2 pools, because they were trying to figure out where the hell someone was or something like that. But that was the only time. But there's a number of things, just not just player wise, that also like production and TO wise, that you can't make first to 3 all the way. And the prime example would probably be like, oh, but TNS can run it. And I'm like, yeah, that's TNS. Probably because they're on people's ass a whole lot when it comes to tournaments, because it's a Wednesday night. Ain't no one trying to stay up on a Wednesday night. So that's probably why it's okay for TNS to run it, because that's one tournament. But imagine if your local TO, who you know is not always exact with it on World Warrior, or they're now on point, and all of a sudden you're like, yo, make it all first to 3. Now you gotta show, you know, so and so, like, yo, is first to 2, first to 3, is first to 3. It's like, oh, bring them back, bring them in, play all that, and the losers may drag along. So that's a thing about first to 3, is that losers could drag on based on, what is it, if people understand the format. But yeah, I'm indifferent about it. I think right now the best middle ground is to, based on entrance, determine where it's first to 2, first to 3. I think that's okay for now. That's a good experiment, and this is something that probably TOs in production can talk to people about. I would gladly say we can have different numbers for this, but I was thinking like 64 people. Okay, you could definitely make top 16 if it was 64 people easily. Like, what is it? I believe, what is it? Middle East had their World Warrior. They had what, 57 people? You could probably make, what is it? Because you have 57 people. You win like what? You're in top. This has got to be what, top 24. And winners finals is all for winners finals, losers finals, first to 3. I think this is perfect. If you make it like that, where if you make it to winners finals of a tournament like this size, or moving to another bracket called top 16, I think it's okay, because you give people time to adapt. You're rewarding the player for making it far, and I think that's the one thing that players want to feel. They want to feel rewarded. Now, despite the pricing and everything like that, the whole conversation with that, flying out at times for a first to 2, which could potentially end in 5 minutes, and that's your tournament run, can be so detrimental to your mindset of a player, because you're like, damn, was it me, or was it the game, or like what happened? Because, for example, at Blink Respawn, year of Velorio, shouts to him, he beat me, right? It was 2-1, but the last game, he just threw loot me, and it's kind of like, what's the plan here? What should I have done better? Should I simply just EXDP'd? You know, an idea of in the last game that happened, and it's only 1-1. We only had each one game information. It's kind of quick. The third match for us was kind of quick because it went to a final round, but it was still like we took like 6 minutes, maybe 5 to 6 minutes at worst. So I know that TOs, they want stuff to make sure everything's good with production wise, make sure, you know, all is good with the setups and everything like that. And the players also want that. However, I think, and this is really talking to Capcom, I think there needs to be a middle ground with the idea of, can we make this first of 3 without affecting too many people? You know, I think it can work, and I think people will be okay with this as a starting point. And if the evidence shows that, okay, matches are taking a little bit longer, but people are more happy, I think we can accept this. I don't think they'll ever make pools first of 3. I don't think this is not no Marvel vs. Capcom situation. And I know, what is it? I believe Idam tweeted this. His take on this is having players say the game needs to be first of 3 and implying the game is random, but everyone will always counter with that the same players are winning. I don't think people at Capcom think the game is random, so why make it first 3 at that point? And I know that, what is it? This is very, very I don't want to say heavy, but like it's a take, you know, because some of this is true, because people could say, oh, you know, the best players are winning every single time, but it's like, bro, what is it? Not always. It's not always the case, because what is it? Mena RD, right? Literally the GOAT, probably one of the GOATs of what is it for Street Fighter of all time. He won Evo. He got 17th and 33rd CEO, right? And he got 13th Combat Breaker, 9th at Asia Champions League. It's kind of, at times it could be hit or miss with how people play, but not always the better player wins when it comes to Street Fighter 6. It's really not, because there could be a time where someone is just hot and they're just smoking it, and it's like, what happened? They guessed right, literally. It's just a matter of that. In the first two, they just guessed right. You know, it happens. For like Young Matt Team versus Angry Bird. No disrespect to none of them, but Young Matt Team was just hot. He just guessed right on that. And the first of two, when stakes are on the line, like for example, I'm pretty sure that flight to ECT for Angry Bird was probably what, like 15 hours, 16 hours? Adjusting to the time zone, getting ready, making sure the setup's good, and then all of a sudden one EXDP. Oh, guess what? We're in the blender. Let's get it. You know. So not always the best player wins. And I know people will kind of like, oh, you're not it. You don't know true. You don't know true Street Fighter or something like that. It's like, yeah, you know, I don't know true Street Fighter. You know, I don't know any true Street Fighter. You know, it's not as if I know how the game is, or I understand what's happening, or I've been there in that situation. So I will say that I don't think the game is all random, but there is a little bit of luck factor involved for sure, because there's a luck factor in nearly every single thing ever. You know, I got lucky that there was the last piece of meat in the refrigerator, or I got lucky that I have $5 in my pocket, you know. So it is a thing. Like, I know Idam is poking the bear for sure about this, because Idam is that guy. He's definitely poking the bear. But it's okay to poke the bear, you know, because it's either Idam's take is like, oh, you want first of these, so the game is random first of two. So you're admitting you're playing random shit, like you're just hoping. But I know that what is it? It's he was talking about this for a minute, and he made the tweet, and it's, you know, It's definitely funny as hell. But the game definitely is volatile at times where, bro, imagine you're playing FT2 Marissa and yo, imagine she just perfect parried you and she hits you with a mix-up and you EXP and it's like, well, that's your life, GG's. Like, what do you want me to say? You did it. It happens. FT3 gives you that, you know, room. So, I think FT3 should happen only determined by entrance. And I think that would be a good middle ground to see where people lie. FT3 should not be all the tournament. But it'll be interesting to see what they do. I hope Capcom does listen, or I hope TOs listen. They try to push on Capcom like, hey, players want this, and I think we can work it out. Let's try it. And unless Capcom can provide reasoning behind that, then I don't know. We're just screaming in the black hole, but we're probably gonna keep screaming until it happens. Either that or people are just gonna stop playing. Man, this like for me, I'm at the time of this recording, I'm about to go to EWC LCQ to play FT2 Street Fighter 6, and that's like 15-16 hours flying. So yeah, and if I get throw loop, yeah. You know, it's gonna be one of the things I'm just like, yeah. I just like, it'd be like that. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, it's an interesting topic. It's a very interesting topic. I know that Chris T, I believe, we were talking about it too, because I was like, you could, what is it? You could make it like FT3, but you need to take into fact of stuff. You definitely gotta take into fact. But yeah, that's my take on it. I would like to, I'm so being the middleman, but I don't know what Capcom gonna do. Hopefully they do something. But yeah, if you guys like these talks about this, because I know that it's more so just, you know, people, players yapping, but it's honestly a good understandable yap, because it's not like, oh, this character is that. No, this is literally a logistical thing of what they can do, and unless we get answers, we're just gonna keep demanding it, and we may sound like we're whiny or whatever, or pro players are whiny, but it helps, makes it stable. FT3 makes it stable. So that's all we want. We want stability in a game that the stability can crumble easily, and I think that's what people would like. But yeah, if you like the video, let me know. Leave a comment down saying FT2 or FT3, and you know, leave another comment down saying the other person's wrong. Let me know, and make sure to subscribe. And yeah, see you guys later. Take it easy.